is one of my live streams. So I like to go live 2 or 3 times a week, guys. I try to do it as much as I can, to be honest with you, because I really like hanging with you. If you're a coffee geek like me, if you like espresso and probably think about it too much, you're in good company. So definitely think about hanging out and joining me at any time, guys. But hey, guys, I'm super excited. Hey, Alexis, what's up, buddy? I have gotten some good stuff and made some cool videos. I hope you had a chance to watch them. I just did a video on this bad boy right here. Let me lower the camera a little bit so y'all could see it. This is the DC63, and this is by Me Coffee. Y'all, this thing has been awesome. I wanted to go ahead and pull some shots with you guys live today, just for the heck of it. Like I said, these are my live shows. I don't really ever have a plan. I have not had a chance to pull an espresso shot today, so this is my first time pulling an espresso shot. So I thought, you know what the goodness, like I need to go live. It's getting too late in the day to have coffee later on, so y'all, it is live time. So let's go ahead. Let's pull a shot today, and then I also kind of want to share some really good news with you guys. I just got another package that I'm crazy stoked about. Guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me with my espresso journey. I hope that you're as geeky about. So this is my God that I just picked up. And I'm telling you guys, people fall in love with this machine. There's just no other way to say it, guys. This is one of the best machines I've ever had. It just feels good. Feels like everything's uh I was telling my wife, I had a 94 Honda Civic when I met my wife. I had a 94 Honda Civic when I met my wife, and they're definitely was cool because there's so much aftermarket parts. The thing when it comes to these vehicles, and these, I say vehicles, but really espresso machines, is that you can do tons with them. So inside you have your Italian pump. I have noticed that my pucks are just like more consistent. I look at my pucks all the time. I just emptied a bunch of them, and they've just been, it's crazy. I like to take a look. You open up your portafilter, you take a look here, and you can see the patterns of how the water's flowing and all that stuff. Alexis, yeah, man. Hey, you were telling me I need to update the shower head. That is probably my next thing. So, guys, I do have a stock shower head. We will be going ahead and upgrading that sometime soon. I think I'm going to do the very barista, and I'm going to do not just the shower head, but the actual shower plate, the shower head, the new gasket, all that good stuff. So I have 18 grams of Italian coffee. We're going to go ahead and get this started first with the DC63. So the DC63, guys, is crazy cool. What I've been blown away with is the consistency. It has these huge burrs. Let me turn it on. It sounds really quiet for what it is, so that's definitely been good. I am stoked because I am an espresso guy at heart, and that's kind of what this really shines with. I'm putting an Italian Lavanza, 80% Arabica, 20% Robusta. So our first shot is going to be just a really traditional shot. And I was thinking about using some sweet brews and comparing it to the Macomb that I have up here. I'll show you that here in a sec. Yeah, I love these little bellows. The retention's been really awesome. There's a knocker here, and every time I hit the knocker, I don't even need to. I don't really get anything that comes out of it. So look at that. Look at those grounds. Doesn't that look pretty? All right, so let's go ahead and pull our first shot. And guys, here's what I'm talking about. So the Macomb is the cousin brother of the Shardor 64. I just swapped out in this thing, and check out the video on it. I just swapped out LeBrew burrs. Guys, LeBrew is awesome. Okay, I have become like a LeBrew convert. I'm telling you guys, $100, and you really have something that is that SSP style. You know, I hate to say it like that because SSP is a brand, and they're a brand too, but they're at half the cost. So that's really crazy. I just reached out to LeBrew. They really like the video. There's a good chance I might be getting a couple more of their 64 millimeters, and I think I'm going to replace it in my other grinders. Okay, with their burrs. I'm going to go with the HU style and the multi-purpose style. And guys, I'm super excited because the results I got out of this are awesome. I'm going to pull a shot from that today too. So let's go ahead. Let's do some puck prep. Let's grab this right now. Now that's nice and hot. Let me go ahead and show you. Love the fact that this is 58 millimeter and that it fits perfect. So if I want to give it a little shake, I can, you know. I just want to give it that extra love. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Okay, let's give this some WDT action. Guys, yeah, this thing has just been really cool. I've been really digging the results I'm getting, and that burr size is really... So the 60 millimeter is basically the same size of burr that you find in the Niche Zero. So I really wish I can get a Niche Zero. If anyone wants to loan me one, maybe we could do a head-to-head. This versus Niche Zero would be really cool. That'd be a cool versus video. Hey, man. Hey, thanks so much for liking and subscribing. That's cool. Really appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I really appreciate you all hanging with me. I appreciate everyone who's been subscribing. We're about 9,000 subscribers. And, guys, I feel really blessed with that. And I don't say that in a corny way. I say that in a truly heartful way. Yeah, I'm a small YouTuber, guys. I'm just somebody's dad. You know, a lot of times I'll get someone asking me a question almost like, you know, I don't know, like I work for a company that's something I'm reviewing, and I'm like, nah, like, this is me. I'm just some dude, you know, I'm somebody's dad. I'm not a trained professional. I used to work in college as a barista, but that was like 20 years ago. The dinosaurs roamed the earth. You know, I'm a home hobbyist. And it's just kind of cool to mess around with y'all and pull some shots, because I think about coffee probably way too much than I should. All right, let's get this loaded up. This is really hot. That's the one thing I love and not hate, but I tell everyone this with caution. Remember, you are dealing with a truly boiler machine. It's going to get hot. A lot of what I do is budget machines, and the budget machines, they don't get hot like that because they're using thermal blocks. And there's nothing wrong with thermal block, but there's just something to be said. I'm going to do a big boy cut for this one. Let's see how it looks. Let's get this turned on. Oops. Guys, I am telling you, if there's a mod that you want me to do or you recommend, I am really on the fence between Gaggia and Gaggia Mate, and I need your help. So right now, I was leaning Gaggia, but I've heard about the bricking thing, and that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And then I've kind of now going Gaggia Mate because I just like the way it looks and all that. So, man, maybe I need to have two machines and do both of them. All right, guys, 18 in DC63 Me Coffee Grinder. Let's pull this. Okay, good. I didn't want to go too fine. Trying to do traditional 1 to 2, so I'd be happy with about 30 seconds. I don't think my automatic timer started, but I'd be happy with it right about there. It's going pretty slow, but it's still, yeah, we're cooking with gas. You guys see, I actually did the replacement, well, actually adding in the light in the background. That's been really awesome. That's a one thing, it's a one recommendation I would definitely give for anybody. You need a light, because without it, it gets really dark. Okay, 18. Yeah, this is going a lot longer than what I thought. I don't even have my timer on it, but I could tell. I'm sure it's still going to be tasty, I have no doubt, but I could go coarser. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one right here. So about 29.1 is where we stopped. So 29.1. Let's give us a little bit of a taste. Yeah, it's definitely longer than I like. Ooh, I forgot I got my big cup. But look at that crema. Ooh, that looks awesome. Let's give it a little stir, a little taste. And we'll put it on the refractometer for fun. If I could find my, yeah, I can. Okay, I got my refractometer over here. Do you all need a refractometer? I'm not going to ever say you got to get something like this, because you don't. But is it fun to kind of test out the TDS for your own benefit? Sure. I've had a lot of folks reach out to me and say, hey, buddy, you're supposed to be using it like with an eyedropper and everything. And I agree. That is the way you would do if it was for science, but I'm not a scientist. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, just kind of for my own well-being, see where I'm at, and just show you guys. So 13.7, 13.7. That is right where I want to be. That's in the espresso zone. So 12 to 8. Let's give this a little taste here. That's actually really good. A little bit more bitter than what I like, but I think it's the longer time. That's the one thing I do find with the Gaggia, because it heats up that portafilter. You do run the risk of it overheat. I don't want to say overheating. I think you should be cognizant of putting in your beans and letting them sit there for too long. I'll put it that way. You don't want to roasted beans. Not like you're really doing that. I'm just saying. Guys, this is good. Very rich, very dark, very tasty, but very pungent. I think this could have gone for some more water, and the timing was off. But hey, I'm going to pull the same beans, and we're now going to do that in the Macomb, and we're going to do this with a LeBrew Sweet, because I just want a little bit of a comparison. That was so good. I drank the whole thing. I didn't even leave it here. And normally, guys, I might leave a little bit, but that was really good. That was a very traditional espresso, you know, very traditional. I'm using very traditional beans. Let's go ahead. Let's grab a couple more. We'll do another shot like that. And like I said, we'll use the Macomb to do the sweet brews. LeBrew Sweet Burrs, I should say. Sweet brews. Listen to me. Okay. All right. Love this new canister I've been using. This is that basically vacuum sealed. Okay. Yeah, let's turn that off. Okay, guys. So I want to share with you guys, I got a package today. Something happened. Something really big happened. And I'm so stoked that this package came. So I got the Shardor 64 millimeter commercial die-cast built grinder. I have it sitting right next to me right now, guys. And I cannot wait. I am going to probably, as soon as we get done with this video, I'm going to unbox it and film it. And I am stoked, guys. I am stoked. So right now, price-wise, just so you know, it's $2.99, $50 off. That's on Amazon, okay? I don't have the link in this description, but later on I can put it in there if anyone's interested in it. But this thing looks crazy cool. You guys want to see the box? Anyone want to see the box? Yes, bro. I'm using Lavanza beans. Okay. So yeah, these are the Lavanzas. One thing, and Alexis, thanks, man. You kind of made me think about it. Guys, remember when you're getting these beans, they're going to have different roast dates based on your region. You're definitely dealing with commodity style. We were actually just talking about, he's over in the West Coast, and his beans that he got from Amazon were a lot older. And it could be because there's different distribution centers. I live in Florida, and I live extremely close to one of the biggest Amazon distribution centers in the country. So I don't know if that's the reason. Oh, this thing is so heavy. Dang. Oh my gosh. Woo. Boy, this is a big boy. Okay. I don't even know if I can fit it on here, and I don't want to drop it. Oh my goodness. Look at this, guys. This thing is so cool. Oh, dang, this thing is heavy. Oh my gosh. So this is the Shardor. Wow. Oh my gosh, I don't want to drop this. Okay. It's made of die-cast metal, guys. It's kind of similar built to something like a DF64, okay? So that's where there's a lot of folks out there, and they're rightfully so, they really want something that's very well built. And I am 100% getting something that's well built. When this came out, the Macomb, it said all metal aluminum build. Or excuse me, stainless steel. And I talked about it, and then I had a couple people write to me, that's stainless steel, and that's skinned on the outside, okay? A lot of people write to me, and they're like, hey man, I got mine, but it's not all metal build. And I'm gonna kind of say an elephant in the room kind of situation I normally don't like to talk about, but I'm gonna just say it, okay? This is a budget grinder. Right here, y'all, this is a budget grinder. This is about $200 and some dollars. With promotions, you could probably get it for about $180 to $200 right now, okay? I highly recommend this grinder. One of the best budget grinders you can get. This grinder, about $429. A DF64, you're looking close to 400 bucks, okay? I'm always going to say this. Go to Me Coffee, order a DF64 if you really are crazy serious about having something that's built like a tank. Go to Turnt Legato with Espresso Outlet. Big shout out to Espresso Outlet. They are truly people that are awesome and really care about the community. And the same thing with Me Coffee, okay? And this is great. I'm not saying this isn't great, but this is a budget grinder. So let me kind of just show you, the truth. It's not something that, look, you got plastic. Oh, no, not plastic. The frame is metal, but the bottom is plastic. But if I pick up most of my grinders that are budget centric, stuff like this Hanyu, even the Hanyu is an all metal build, but has plastic on the bottom. I'm going to pick it up because it's crazy heavy. Y'all don't want to see that. But I'm just saying that's kind of one of the things, guys. I understand why people want that, and I'm not going to argue with it. But for home use, I am telling you, I'm happy with this 100%. I think this is a great grinder. What makes this Shardor commercial class 1 so different is that it is that all metal tank-like construction. And it's basically the same innards, the same guts. Macomb, I believe they go to Shardor to have them work as the OEM. And I'm just going to show you guys really quick that I replaced these burrs if you haven't noticed or haven't watched that last video. So I'm going to show you the brew burrs really quick. Okay, so I put this up here. So these burrs are crazy cool. They are $100, and I'm going to tell you guys that I recommend them. I have affiliate links. I'll put that in the description later on. So if you want to help support the channel, but that is the burr, and it is amazing. This is a sweet burr, so they're not cast, they're machined. And oops, okay, and they are awesome. I've been loving the results. We're going to pull a shot from these today. But guys, I have been so happy with these. And I'm going to tell you, they're just incredibly well designed. They're machined really well. They feel brilliant when you touch them. They're heavy. Where in my other unit, I put aftermarket cologne burrs. Shh, don't tell anybody. I was trying to explain it to my wife, and she said, so it's like the equivalent of you buying a fake Louis. Yeah. It's basically the equivalent of me buying a fake bag. Is the bag in a bag? Yes. But is it a SSP? No, it's not SSP. The LeBrew are built at a standard that's really similar to SSP. I am not a scientist. I'm just a coffee guy. You know, I'm not a paid professional. I've said this to y'all before, and I truly mean it. If you want someone that's going to give you great scientific data, please go to Asher's YouTube channel, The Coffee Chronicler. Lance has talked about them before, so yeah. There's just do your research. But I'm telling you guys, these things are just blowing my mind. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me back this off a tiny bit because I know I'm going to need to. This is basically at the 0 point. Okay. And I'm going to take these. Last time I took it to almost 90, believe it or not. Let's turn this on. I just want to hear it. I'm going to take it about 80. So your 0 point will not be your 0 point. Okay, let's grab the beans and make sure I have my catch cup. Y'all, I have turned this on without my catch cup before, like a doofus. I do this for your entertainment, my friends. I do this for your entertainment. When I make a mistake, it's for your entertainment. Okay. I might need to dial these in, so forgive me. Taking off that upper burr set, I didn't really think about that, but I got so excited about showing it to y'all. Okay. Yeah, I haven't showed these in a live video before. Nice and clear. All right, let's grab these. LeBrew. My wife said to me, "Is that a French company?" I'm like, "No, they're in China." Cool name though. I'm down with that. All right, my friends, let's knock this out. Let's pull a shot. Ooh, see that steam? So I'm talking about. Wow. Ooh, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Look at that bottom. Oh, that's a nightmare. Don't do what I do, guys. I should have cleaned the bottom as soon as I pulled that shot. I'll show it to you one more time. Ah, it's like a horror movie. The puck fell out. I didn't even have to knock it. Let me give this thing a good thorough cleaning. Okay. And then we'll get everything straight here. All right, guys. Clean again. I'll take that. Okay. Super hot. Let's do some puck prep. Let's pull that again. LeBrew sweet burrs, okay? Not cast, machined. Just make sure you guys know that the SSPs are it's a cast. Ooh, it's so hot. There's the puck. It's still steaming. See, I'm burning my hands for y'all. Okay. That's a spicy meatball. All right. Let's go ahead and put our beans in there. All right. Cool. So this catch cup, it's missing a little bit of a lip portion. That's a lot of them are, so I can't really do that shaky thing I was doing before. I think these are too coarse. Looking at it right now, I think I went too coarse. You tell me. But I'm going to pull it because I'm going to do this for your entertainment, my friends. I'm sure this is going to go too fast, or maybe it'll be just right, but I have a feeling this is too coarse. Yeah, I had this all dialed in, and then when I took the top off, I lost my spot, y'all. Lost my spot. It's okay. That's why I do this stuff. Okay. Yeah, that light looks so cool. I'm at the point where I almost need some more water. Okay. Using the iCap V6 distributor. It's been one of my favorites. iCap tamper, little shorty. Yeah, that is too coarse. I'm telling you guys right now, I could just see it. I could see it. I could see it. That's like mocha pot style. That's usually what I do with a mocha pot. Ooh, man. This might be ugly, y'all. I might have to avert your eyes. Okay. Yeah, even when I put it in here, because, like I said, I think this is just too coarse. Bummer. Yeah, I'm not liking this. This is going to be a terrible shot. Yeah. I'm not liking this. This is a... Please don't do what I'm doing. Please, those of you who are new to espresso, do not do what I'm doing right now. This is going to be a bad one. Children, do not be present. Okay. Or this could be like a cool soup shot, as Lance puts it. It's not. But let's do this just for the sake of it. Okay. Let's let this one roll, guys. I don't even know what I'm going to do on this one. This could be very ugly or very cool. Hey, Luke, how's it going, my friend? Let's pull the shot. See how fast that is? Oh, my goodness gracious. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. Let's stop it at 60. We'll call this a Lance soup shot. That's not good, my friends. That's not what I was shooting for. But let's taste it. Sometimes when you make a mistake, sometimes it's a happy mistake. I don't even want to put this on the meter. Barely any crema. Oh, man, I told you that was going to be dirty. Oh, man, let's give it a taste, though. Okay. Salute. Cheers, my friends. Look at that steam. Look at that. Believe it or not, it's tasty. I'm not joking with you. That is actually tasty. Oh my goodness. I would probably drink this in the morning. It tastes like a spro over or Americano. It's actually not terrible. That's interesting. I'm getting AeroPress vibes. Definitely AeroPress vibes. Definitely not traditional espresso. And if you are new to espresso, please don't do what I just did. This was not a guide on how to make espresso. Okay, that was not pretty. But let's do this for the sake of my amusement and spilling stuff. Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and test it for pure craziness. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It's a 6.3. Okay, on the TDS. 6.3. But this is what would be like pour over AeroPress. You know, my AeroPress tends to be right about there, 7.6. Almost in the espresso range, not quite, but definitely not traditional espresso. That's too low of a TDS to be traditional espresso. But in all honesty, guys, it's actually tasty. It's wild. It's actually a tasty shot. I'm going to set that aside. I might let my son try it. Let me clean a new cup. Let's pull something good. Okay, let's pull a very traditional pull. Because I want to give some justice before the end of this video to the LeBrew. Guys, LeBrew has just been awesome. Again, man, look at that steam coming off that thing. That's how hot that is. Dang. That's pretty. I'm telling you, it is a tasty cup of coffee. Here's the thing I always kind of share with everybody. A lot of people get really caught up in the concept of like I have to have this perfect shot that somebody on the internet told me to make. And guys, am I someone on the internet? Sure, I'm someone on the internet. So I find that I do see the irony in me saying that. But why I say that's something to kind of worry about just a tiny bit is that you got to make coffee that tastes good to you. And if it tastes good to you at the end of the day, that's all that really matters. And you should make coffee that makes you happy. That's what you should do. I remember when I first started doing this, I have my DeLonghi ECP sitting to the right of me over here. And I picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks. Strolosa, amazing, amazing, machine. The ECP has a boiler. That's a great, if you're looking for something to kind of get your feet wet, that's a great boiler machine at a cost point that's really good. But the reason why I'm saying that is I would make shots like this, and I would share them like this on the internet when I first started my channel. And every now and then I'd get someone who would be like kind of that naysayer person. And they were like, no, how can you say that tastes good? Your taste buds must be off. And that I'm just saying, guys, don't let folks like that ruin your coffee day. Everything tastes a little bit different to everybody. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I like people like Lance talking about soup shots and these really weird, wacky, cool things that are outside of the box. Because that's kind of what it's all about. When I worked in a cafe when I was in college, I made crazy, weird things all the time. And I'm all about that, guys. I think it's a good idea to experiment. And, you want to have the fundamentals. You want to learn the fundamentals. Find a good recipe that you could use. But it's okay to have some fun, because that's the reason why you do this. It's the reason why I do this. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's get some more beans. Let's get this the right way, okay? So I'm actually going to take this right down to the 0 point, to the point right here chirping, and then I'm going to back it off. Okay. See, I'm starting here a little bit. I'm at 40. It was at 30 where I started hearing it. Yep, there it's chirping right there. Whoa, let's back that off. Okay. I think I should do this one at about 50, 55. Okay. So I think that's a good one. Good place. So let's grab some more beans. I'm going to use the same beans just for the sake of this weird experiment here. And I think we should be good. I think this should be about dialed in. All right, so let's go ahead, get those Lavanzas out. Okay. Guys, what's your favorite bean? That's what I'm curious about. What's your go-to espresso? It could be anything. Are you a light roast person? Is there a certain roaster? Because, guys, I'm also always on the lookout for new roasters. I love to support supporting local roasters, but it's also awesome to just try some new stuff out. If there's something that's in your area, please let me know, because I definitely am always on the hunt for new stuff. Okay, we're going to do 18 grams. Oh, cool. Okay, just about there. I'm at 18.3. I'll take that. It's going to be good enough. Yeah, totally, man. I was reading your comment, Alexis. Also, I've really thought about getting into roasting my own beans. I have a lot of friends that do that, and everyone keeps telling me to go for that. I have hesitated a little bit. My wife is very much very sensitive to smells. She likes coffee, but I'm afraid that if I do it in the house, it's going to be too much for her. And a happy wife, happy life. Make your partner happy. Or I could just do it outside. All right, guys, let's go ahead, get this going. Do a little bit of a slow feed. I'm going to get it lower a little bit. I'm going to go with my gut. There you go. I'm already liking that. Right now, I have it set at 20 seconds. Whoa! Doesn't have anti-popcorn. Yeah, I think we're all clear. Yep, definitely all clear. Nice. Let's go ahead and do this for the second time. Okay. All right, guys. Ooh, look at that. That was without a puck screen too. I'm gonna clean my shower screen a little bit. Wow. Goodness. Let's make sure this is nice and clean. Okay. Yep, I'm glad I did that. Take a look at this consistency. I think we're better. Yeah, I'm already liking that. Okay, look at that, guys. Definitely better. Okay. Yeah, guys. I could see this is way better. I knew that was going to be a bad shot. That's the thing, when you've done this so many times, you just know. That's okay. I'd rather do a bad shot like that live. Okay, let's do the distribution. Yeah, as soon as I had put that puck screen on, it was just caved. It was terrible. But if I would have had my step down basket, that would have been pretty nice. I actually think that would have been great for a step down. Okay. Let's grab the puck screen again. Put that on there. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's find that clean cup. All right, guys. I need some redemption. Definitely need some redemption here. Whew. Help me out. Help me out, my coffee friends. All right, let's pull the shot. Okay, now I'm going to try to 1 to 2. Oh, not zeroed out. There we go. Cool. I'm digging that. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Not too fast, not too slow. Little Goldilocks style. This could be a little bit coarser. I intentionally went finer just because I did not want to go to where we were at before. So this, I guarantee, is going to be longer, but I do have a feeling this might be tasty. At this point, I want tasty. Yeah, too long, guys. Too long. But I'll take it. Better than what I had before. There we go. Picking up speed. Puck's breaking down a tiny bit. This is mainly just because I really want to try the LeBrew in comparison to the other one, the sweepers. I want to take it to at least 32. Sometimes I find with these longer shots, if you incorporate a little bit bigger, a little more water, it evens it out a little bit. At least that's what I find. This is way too long, y'all. All right. Don't do what I do. All right, so 32, and we're not going to say the time that just took because that was too long. But that's okay. Like I said, it's a lot different than pulling the first shot where it's just the giant mess. There's no other way to say that. That was a giant mess. Did it taste terrible? No, it's actually a passable shot. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Got some good crema built up. Digging that. Look at that little tiger stripe in there. Let's go ahead and put this on the refractometer. Nice and hot. Oh, man, that's super hot. On the refractometer. Okay. 12.73. Yeah, y'all, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. This is right in that espresso range. That's where I like to be, above 12. 12.73. I will take that. Cheers, my friends. Let's give this a taste. Okay. So these are, again, LeBrew sweepers. Oh. Okay, Okay, so remember the shot I took with this grinder. This is the DC63. Was that a bad shot? No. I could have gone in a different direction where it would have been better time-wise. It was a lot longer. So I could have gotten a little more coarser with that. But remember I said it tastes really pungent. Oh, not burnt, but kind of pungent. This, on the other hand, is just incredibly sweet and smooth. Again, those are those LeBrew sweet brew, LeBrew sweet burrs. I keep saying brew. Y'all, this is tasty. Very tasty, and this was a long shot. If I had got this right, I could only imagine the results I would have just got. If I would have done the 1-to-2 ratio a little bit more, had a little bit of a better timing, got it dialed in more, oh man, this would have been a dream shot. So delicious, I had to drink it all. Guys, there's a lot of great options. We live in a time, I'm telling you guys, where prices have just gone down when it comes to these grinders. They're now becoming pretty affordable for those of us who are home enthusiasts. And I feel super blessed to have purchased the brew for the price point. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, guys. I just reached out to LeBrew. I'm hoping to get the HU style and the multi-purpose, which is more the pour over style. Okay, I use multi-purpose for espresso all the time, not just pour over. But traditionally, the multi-purpose is considered the sweet spot. I have multi-purpose burrs right here in this the Shardor 64 right behind the Hanyu. And I'm telling you guys, they're amazing. I really like them. Like I said, I've used them with espresso. They're not just pour over. They're definitely capable. Wow. Yeah. I've been super impressed with the quality. So they're half the price of SSP. You're getting good quality and people that really love what they're doing. They also kind of work. I say that like it's a secret with a company that makes this. This is the dye fluid TDS, and the scale I have right here on is the dye fluid. They have some, if you go to LeBrew's site, some of the roasting equipment they have for roasters, like monitors and all that to look at particle density, are the ones that they basically manufacture. I think they're kind of a partner company with dye fluid. I don't know that 100%, so if somebody knows, definitely please let me know. But I do think they're a partner company, and I really like what dye fluid does. Dye fluid has a new, more affordable one that's out. So if anyone needs a link for the scale, right now this particular scale is going for like $1.9, which is still expensive, but it was better than the $180 or $200 that the other one was. Guys, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I cannot believe we're at 9,000 subscribers. That's blowing my mind. I appreciate you all so much. You know, like I said, I'm somebody's dad. I'm not some big corporation. I have a day job. I run multiple insurance companies, centers throughout the country. And I have a day job where I do crazy stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't tell anyone else who said this. I like being here with y'all more. I like making coffee more. This is my passion. So, you know, we all have things we do for work, and then we have things we do because we love it. This is one of those I love. So I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram. If you ever want to send a message, DM me a picture of your setup. If you have any recommendations, or if you're a Gaggia Classic Pro owner, I am all ears. I'm really trying to make an informed decision, and it's Gaggiuino or Gaggia Mate are the two ones. I might end up having to buy two machines and do both of them, but I'm going to pick one, start with one. I will probably do a whole series on that, on how the process is, just to show y'all if it's something you're interested in. I'm loving this machine. I picked it up for $250. But I'll tell you guys this. My goal was to build my dream machine, and I wanted to have a machine that could do profiles. like a decent. That's pretty much as budget $1,000, and I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna do it by tomorrow, so much. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Have a good night. If I'm gonna do it by tomorrow, so much. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Have a good night. And it's and it's almost in Thursday. Wow. You know you're busy when you almost in Thursday. Wow. You know you're busy when you forget the day of the week. Y'all have a good one. You know you're busy when you forget the day of the week. Y'all have a good one.